VGB's episode 23. Holy smokes, we're getting pretty close to our 25th anniversary of this podcast. We can almost vote. We can almost vote. This podcast can almost vote. I am one of your hosts, John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Niki Grayson. Hi, Niki.
Hi.
You just told me about a new TV show that you are really excited about. Something I'm pretty unfamiliar with. I haven't heard of it before, but I want you to tell me all about it.
So get this. So there's a group of people, right? And they're on an airplane. You seen these guys? And
I've seen them on TikTok when they're usually crashing with Minsky's washing machine heart playing.
No, here's the thing. This plane must have been made by Boeing because it fucking explodes in midair. And all the guys fall out of it. And they end up on this island. Yeah. And they're lost on the island. So the show is called Lost. I don't remember if I mentioned that. But they're lost on the island. One of the guys is bald. It's by the guy that did Star Wars or Star Trek? It's one of those. And
I actually don't remember which one Lindelof did. He did both.
Wait, no, I'm talking about J.J. Abrams. Damien Lindelof did The Leftovers, man?
Yeah, Damien Lindelof.
What's his name?
Damien Lindelof. Damon Lindelof? Damon? Ooh. Damon. It's Damon. Damon Lindelof. He did Watchmen.
That's kind of like Star Wars.
Did he not do it? Oh, I think he was going to do a Star Wars.
He was going to.
He was one of those like 8 people that's like, you get a Star Wars, and then Kathleen was like, fuck all of you.
Fuck this. Yeah, that was also when the Game of Thrones men were gonna get one, and then it sucks so fucking bad that we never got Confederacy. I'm so pissed. It's all I want. Like I'm
actually mad about it too.
$300 million season of Confederacy would have banged. Actually, it sucks that we didn't get it.
Yeah. It sucks.
I think I was mad at it at the time, but in retrospect,
me too. But we were wrong. We were wrong.
One season. Just imagine one season of Confederacy with multiple open plot threads left hanging at the end of it. Forever.
We've lost some of the northern states, Mr. President. What should we do? And then the president looks up and he goes, bring me the DNA of Andrew Jackson. And then that's the end of the first season. And we will never know.
We'll have never known.
We'll never know.
And the president has a Starbucks cup on his desk. Remember that?
I do remember that. I remember being really into that show, and at the time kind of being like, oh, come on. But in hindsight, I'm like, it's very funny that a show with that kind of budget did not catch that. It's very funny.
As many idiots as they have watching that show before it hits the TV screen.
None of them. No one caught it.
None of them.
I have a theory that the cast, some of the cast that saw it,
left it in on
figured out, and they left it in on purpose.
Yeah,
they were
that tracks. That's what. Listen, if I worked for the home box office,
that's what I would do.
And that was my job, I would have left it in.
I would have left it in too.
What am I gonna do? It's not my fault. I wasn't there.
Not my circus. Not my monkeys. Yeah. Not my business. I don't go here.
This episode, I know we don't do sponsors on this program yet.
Okay.
But this episode is brought to you.
There's no fucking way you're showing me the brand that TikTok has shown me the most in the past week. The King's Hawaiian soft pretzel bites.
Yeah. They don't taste very good.
They don't? Then why?
They're not good.
They're not?
No, I just wanted to talk about them.
Can you heat them up?
I can heat them up.
Yeah, you should heat them up with some butter. Oh, well, we've lost Niki. But while Niki is presumably heating up a... boop, 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 while Niki is presumably air frying these pretzel bites, I can tell you that the biggest surprise of the week for me was the release of my favorite new application on my phone, the Nintendo Music app. And boy, Niki and I are going to have to talk. This is fucking beeping. Niki and I are going to have to talk about the Nintendo Music app. There's so many.
200 degrees.
200? Air fry something on 200?
What the fuck is the point? It starts at 325. That's why I had to press the fucking buttons. I looked at it, I was like, 200? I was like, for a second, I didn't even think it went that low, but it does.
This episode is also brought to you by Cheerwine.
Oh, Cheerwine. Hell yeah, dude. I love that stuff.
Cheerwine is a delicious cherry drink. I got one of these at the Rocket Fizz next to the restaurant where I ate with my parents today.
Nice.
So
did they get one?
No, the guy the guy at the Rocket Fizz, I didn't really look at him that closely before I got up to the register. And then I got up to the register and he was wearing like a Pokemon lanyard and like a little like Legend of Zelda Triforce wristband.
Yeah.
And he needed to repaint his nails. He had the freshest tattoo I've ever seen on his bicep that he had just gotten the night before. Then he had like 2 armbands that said DX Army on it, like Degeneration X Army. And I was like,
did you crotch chop him?
I almost did, but I was like,
you should have.
There were 2 older people that just came in right before, like right after me.
You should have done it.
I should have still crotch chopped him probably.
So
anyway,
your favorite app, the Nintendo Music app, and listen, I love it. Because there's nowhere else I can listen to this stuff. It's got all of it, which is huge. Every single song from every single Nintendo game, dating back all the way.
Let's talk about this rollout for a second, because apparently Nintendo, I'm not cool enough to get the good Nintendo press releases, but I hear that people got emails from Nintendo that were basically like, we're getting ready to drop something. We're going to announce something.
Yes.
And everyone is they're ready for the Switch 2 announcement. I think at this point, I think everyone is pretty sure it's going to get announced probably at the beginning of next year, not like now. But we're like, okay, well, all right, all hands on deck. Let's see what the Switch 2 is like. No, it is a new application for your Android or iOS mobile device that is essentially just Spotify, but with Nintendo soundtracks. And like Niki said, it's got every single track that Nintendo has ever produced. And by that, we mean it has got 6 partial Mario soundtracks, as well as, here, let's see.
There's not even like a thing where it's like, here's all, I found it. I was going to say, there's not even a thing where it's like all of the games. I will actually read all of the games because the list isn't very long.
Oh.
Are you ready?
You know what?
What?
Yeah, tell me, but now that I'm reading a couple of articles about it, I'm realizing that their app is really bad. And I will explain that
good
in a moment, because
for sure.
Okay.
Is it because they have no experience making a music streaming service?
Yeah, but that feels like, I mean, it's not easy. But if you're just uploading a bunch of stuff you already have,
and all very critically, they don't have to go anywhere for this. Is the thing.
They've had to make no deal.
They don't have to make a deal. They don't even have to tell anybody. They have it. There is almost definitely a folder on a computer. Having looked at all of this Game Freak stuff, the way that game development works at this scale is that they just have a folder that says Pokemon Blue, all of it. And then you click in there and it's got every single bit of information you could possibly need. So Nintendo has a folder somewhere called Music, and they could have just dragged and dropped that in here, and they didn't.
Yes.
If they didn't have it, you know who has it? YouTube.com. They could have YouTube to MP3'd anything they wanted and put it in here.
Yes.
But instead, the list of games they have are Pikmin 4, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Splatoon 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Kirby Star Allies, not Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Kirby Star Allies, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Breath of the Wild. Those are the Switch games. On the Wii, that huge library of Wii games that everyone knows and loves, they were able only to find Super Mario Galaxy 1 and the Wii channel music.
Yeah, that's it. That's fucking it.
Every game that came out on the DS, they only could find 2, Tomodachi Collection and Nintendogs. And not all of Nintendogs, just 11 tracks from Nintendogs. From the GameCube, the only thing they could find was Metroid Prime. On the Game Boy Advance, the only video game soundtrack they could find was Fire Emblem 1, The Blazing Blade. On the 64, only 2 games, Ocarina of Time and Star Fox 64. On the Super Nintendo, this is the most egregious one to me. The Super Nintendo is only Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and Donkey Kong Country.
Which is fucking silly. I mean, like, obviously, like, Donkey Kong Country is a great soundtrack, but you're missing so much. You're missing 2 more Donkey Kong Country games that have killer soundtracks. You're missing fucking Link to the Past. You're missing the original Super Mario World. It's crazy to me.
Game Boy, Kirby's Dream Land, and Dr. Mario. And then on the NES, and this is the most egregious to me, Metroid. Metroid again
on the
for
Famicom
the Famicom
disc
system. Which nobody had, and Super Mario Brothers 1.
Yes. Now, here's why I say the app is bad. Because when you go into Super Mario Odyssey, the first thing you're going to see is it has 40 tracks. That is not true.
No, that's the top tracks.
They have 136 tracks, but you have to scroll down a bit to a tiny button that'll give you the access to the rest of it. It's crazy that Super Mario Galaxy 2 isn't on the Wii. It's crazy that Super Mario Sunshine, which is not a good video game but has a great soundtrack, is not there. It's crazy that Majora's Mask is not on here. It's crazy that Super Mario World's not on here. It's nuts.
Published the soundtracks to every single Pokemon game on Spotify. There is stuff that is on Spotify and Apple Music that is not available on their own streaming service. What's the point?
What's the point?
Also, my guys are ready.
Oh, the pretzel guys are ready. I will say, if you've not listened to some of the deeper cuts on one of the best tracks on the entire Super Mario Odyssey soundtrack is only played during a specific period at the beginning of the Tostarena quest before you beat the game, where it is nighttime in Tostarena. That's a great track, and it only plays like for a very brief amount of time. So you should check that out. But it's crazy. They taste the same. I would toss them with butter, I think.
Okay, well, I'm on a podcast right now. You want me to get up? Because I'll get up. And listen, I've never gotten up on a podcast before.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like we always talk about like what it means to be a professional, and I just think about it, and it's you.
I just think a lot of people.
Maybe it's you.
This. When you're having a regular conversation, sometimes you got to get up and walk away.
Sometimes you want to get up and walk away. It's true.
I don't understand what this is for. This feels like Nintendo knew that they were going to have a gap in their lineup, because what it feels like is that Nintendo wanted to have Switch 2 announcement this window, in this fall window.
Correct.
For it to come out in the spring. And now it feels like you were alluding to earlier that it actually is going to be announced in the winter at the beginning of the year.
I feel like it'll be that.
And then a summer, like an March, April release for the console.
Yes.
So they're in a weird spot where they have one game left to come out this year, which is Mario and Luigi Brothership, right? And then they have
which comes out like Comes out really
next
soon,
week.
right?
Yeah, it's on the 6th or the 7th, I think.
That is fucking crazy.
And then they have nothing else, right?
Yeah, November 7th.
Alarmo tracks as we made a toy.
Wait. Hold on a second. For $1 million, Nikki, what engine was Brothership built in?
Unity.
Unreal. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it's
really funny.
Why is that so funny?
They were like, wow, this shit's we already made this shit.
Oh my God. All right,
that's
sorry.
really good.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That means somewhere really at whatever studio did that means that they could, if they wanted to, import those models into UEFN and play Fortnite with those guys.
Man.
That's fun.
That's fun. Anyway.
Oh, that actually probably means that those assets will end up in Fortnite for a minute before Nintendo's like,
before you can't do that.
Hey, get that shit out of here. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
it just feels like they were trying
crazy.
it just feels like they were really trying to like make sure their name was in your mouth between the end now and the end of the year. Alarmo seems like that's their toy. They haven't done a toy in a minute.
In a
which
while.
I do think is fun. It was Labo, and then there were those summers. Sorry, not the summers. Those holiday seasons where it was the NES Mini and the SNES Mini, and it seems like they kind of got away from that entirely for some reason. They could have just released more of those.
Yeah,
they could have done more of those. They also could tomorrow release a Game Boy Micro. Like they could just release the Game Boy Micro again and have it have 30 games on it and charge $100 for it, and it would go crazy. Like it would do numbers. Because people love honestly, those little handhelds.
It's so funny to me, this third-party handheld market is just blown up so much. I'm just like, hey, Nintendo, you could. I'm not saying that I want this to happen.
No, yeah.
But you could crush all of this if you wanted to.
It would take 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If they were like, and they could even, I guess it would be probably hard to spool up the production, especially if they're also trying to make Switches. But like, if they put really shitty screens in there and really shitty process, like if it was a toy, like the NES Mini was, which was basically just like a third of a Raspberry Pi.
Right. Yeah.
Like an ornament, like a Hallmark quality ornament casing.
It was the Raspberry Pi that had been hunted for sport for the past 6 months. And they just captured it and put it in a box.
Yeah, they put it in the box. So like they could do that so easy. But I don't know. I think I fucked around. I listened to it a lot last night. And I will say that my favorite thing about this Nintendo Music app is that you can extend the songs to loop for 15, 30, or 60 minutes. So yesterday...
Which rules. That rules very much, and it's very easy to do that. It's very cool.
No, that's and it's super easy, and very clearly is just all they've done is they've uploaded 3 versions of every song.
Yeah.
So you can just access them that way. But it was great because last night I was like on the hour, I was swapping from Animal Crossing music from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And that was really nice. But you can't make a playlist. You can make a playlist.
Which
I clicked
crazy.
over into my music.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can do a lot of things. There are things that are here that aren't immediately evident. You have to like explore the app a little bit more deeply than I think you would think you would have to kind of get the most out of it. Which is kind of where the music app experience can be kind of strange if you're used to Spotify.
It also like doesn't particularly. It's organized, I guess, in a way that makes sense, but there's no curation, if that makes sense. So like the curation, it has like match your mood, which is like a thing on Spotify and Apple Music where they're like vibe situation, but their vibes, they only had 5 ideas of human moods, which are good night, powering up, break time, walking, and running.
Walking and running. Yeah.
That's all they could come up with for moods.
I mean, I like Nintendo hire me. I would have had so many moods. I need to have a big shit. That's one mood.
That's good. What's in there?
That's a lot of great Splatoon. Question. Yeah, it's just a lot of Splatoon.
That's good.
It's like beats in the background. Yeah. 5 moods. The 5 moods. Oh, we've been taken off of.
Like so this song is 11 seconds long. That's not a song. Like I don't need an app for that. Like that's not anything. But that's what. But like you go into the soundtrack and they're like, this game has 455 tracks, and then like 215. Like, yeah, and then that's
it. That Super Mario Odyssey is 100 tracks. 100 of them are Tim Allen grunts that you don't even remember being in the game. Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange app, but I'm drawn to it.
I'm using it every day.
I'm using it. I'm looking at it.
You know what else I'm using on my phone?
What are you using on your phone?
Well, no.
I was just going to say, if you're interested in using it, you have to have a Switch account, a Nintendo Online account. Mm-hmm. And that's how you access it. When I looked it up yesterday, you could not find it via search, but I think you can now.
Yeah, the App Store is weird.
The App Store is so strange. What else can you play on your phone that I think you're about to change the subject?
Pokemon. What's the game called? I'm trying to get the official name of the game. I think it's Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a game where you open packs and that's it.
That's it.
Every day you get 2 packs. And you crack them open and it's got Pokemon cards inside. And there's like a very nice and satisfying tear open animation.
Yeah, you basically do like a little
drag
swipe
your finger
thing
across.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then you pull the cards out and then you can look at the card art. You can spin them around if you want for some reason. And apparently you can battle with them.
You can.
But I'm not high enough level yet. So I haven't played that part. And I don't think I'm going to be high enough level until tomorrow, which is an insane way.
You have to reach level 3.
Yeah, I'm level 2.
Okay. So once you reach level 3, you can then unlock battling with other people.
In 6 hours, I can crack my pack again.
Time to crack your pack. Is that free? Can you buy a bunch of bullshit?
You can buy a bunch of bullshit. I'm looking at the shop right now. You can buy like a subscription pass.
Okay.
And you can buy packs.
Okay.
And you can, if you buy 120 Poke Gold, you get a free Gardevoir card.
Free Gardevoir card?
Gardevoir.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's kind of close.
I was
but
like,
it isn't.
Wow, every card game's selling out. It's not just Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gardevoir.
I was about to say, I was like, you're gonna put Kratos in this little critter game? Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You can buy item cards also for shop tickets. So there's a million. It's a mobile game. There's 1,000,001 fucking currencies.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But it seems cool. As a person who I have no intention of spending money on this game, it's nice because the animations involved in opening the cards is great, and then I get to close the app because I don't do anything with them.
It is really. I'm watching a video of it now. It is very satisfying. It's a nice thing. I am not a Pokemon person. I'm probably going to download this app after this show.
It's great.
I mean, it's cool. I like this. I like the simplicity of this. I think if you if you're a person that was interested at all in Pokemon Go, but then realized that all Niantic's bullshit's kind of like
it's
not your thing.
Mm-hmm. Remember Wizards Unite?
I remember the week or whatever it was out. Yeah. Yeah.
We were working in the office at that time.
We were Wizards Unite. We were under not a lot. We were under a little bit of pressure to maybe try to spin something up for that. I remember that.
Yeah, like a Wizards Unite hub.
Wizards Unite, like a hub or site or whatever. Yeah.
And I'm glad we did it.
Huge mistake would that have been for like so many reasons. Crazy. Ethan Gatch published this yesterday over on Kotaku, and I didn't see it until this morning. The PS5 Pro is the same size as a PS5 Slim, but the plates won't switch between them.
Dude,
so stupid.
Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like,
what are we doing?
We legitimately should just go pivot to fucking farming. Like, So they went through the whole process of making this fucking box, and they said, well, they've got to be slightly different to complicate things for ourselves.
Yes, I mean, this only sets you up to have to deal with a bunch of customers. Yes. To have a PR initiative to like say something about it.
Yes.
And you could have just made the teeth fit.
Yeah, everyone loses here.
Everyone
because
loses.
Now you're the return rates, which is a thing that they count, right?
Yes, 100%.
Are going to be insane, right? Because people like parents are going to go to the store to buy the plate for their stupid kid. And the kid's going to be like, Mom, it doesn't fit, as they're breaking the teeth off, trying to shove it into the wrong PlayStation hole. Right. And then they're going to take it back. And then it's like, so everyone spent money for no reason. It's just so silly. It's so deeply obviously intentional.
It's like, obviously
you don't
intentional.
Mistake your way into this. But it's like, what is the end goal? Is the goal that you're going to charge more for the pro plates? Maybe for what?
Yeah, for what? They didn't like any of the designs of the slim plates that they released, so they're like, well, we're gonna just start over. I have no fucking idea.
And I understand that it's all margin already.
Right. Yes,
it's not like you're making that.
They are
much.
Just chunks of plastic that have teeth on them. That's it.
It's
the
all
margin on these are crazy. They're like, well, the tooling for a big strip of plastic, it's nothing. It's nothing.
They're very critically. Every time they make a PlayStation, they're already making these fucking.
They already do the tooling for all this shit.
It doesn't make.
They did it once. They did it once for the actual base model, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna make these red or whatever. It's like, wow, maybe the teeth should be different.
And it actually is, I guess, more expensive because they had to redo the tooling for the different locationed teeth. And like in the grand scheme of things, it was not that much more expensive because they're producing at the scale that they're producing.
Yeah,
but they did have to spend more money than they would have if they just let them be the same on both of them.
It's crazy.
Insane. Wait, but the Pro is the same size as the
so they're the exact same size and dimensions, but they've made them have different interlocking teeth to intentionally make them not compatible, even though they're exactly the same. That comes from a YouTuber named Jack Randall.
Thanks, Jack.
Oh man, that's fucking funny. That is funny. Sony did confirm this and say, yes, PS5 console covers are not compatible with the PS5 Pro. However, players will be able to swap out different console covers for PS5. Yeah, like that's such a fucking funny response to this of just like, yeah, they're not the same and it won't work the way you want it to, but we are going to make you pay for those.
Yeah, future. You can if you want. If you wanted to buy
that's
them,
not a feature. That's not a feature. Yeah. You didn't tell me anything good here. No. Yeah, it's very frustrating.
I could not care. It is embarrassing already that it exists in my home. there is no color that it could be that would make it better.
The PS5?
Any of these fucking boxes.
Oh, any of these boxes. Yes.
But yes, specifically the PlayStation 5.
Right.
It being blue under my TV stand is not going to make me feel like, why am I how much are these? Like $30 probably?
Oh, the plates?
No, I don't know. Yeah, how much are they? Do you know?
That's
I guess I could look.
PS5 plate covers. Whoa.
No way. How much? $50? $49.99?
Yeah, like 55.
What are we doing?
And if they're like fancy, it's like 60, 70, 65.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Just rip these fuckers off. Get a can of spray paint.
Folks, listen, I cannot stress this enough. The margin on one of these at $60 is like $55 at least.
At least. Yeah, the lowest it could be is $55.
It's about $55. Like, I'm not saying that tooling is not expensive, but like Niki said, at the scale that they're producing at, it is nothing. It is so small.
Yeah, you would be better served if you think Sony doesn't have enough money. You would be better served sending them $60 in the mail, because at least that way Target doesn't get a cut.
Right. Yeah.
I don't understand. Right. Just go get a can of spray paint and do it outside.
Crazy. $60. That is such bullshit. That is such bullshit. And it's like the audacity also, just in a way, because I swear to fucking God they had this conversation when they announced this ugly, stupid fucking piece of hardware.
Yeah.
They were in a boardroom going, yeah, but we can make plates and they'll want to replace them because this thing looks like fucking garbage.
It's ugly. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, if this thing was fucking Red Rocket red, I'd be like, yeah, I'd like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Instead of this, but I'm not going to spend $60 to do that.
That's nuts. I'm looking at the options now, and there's
crazy.
White. There's white that it comes with.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is actually different. That's silver. It's darker than the white that it comes with.
It's a little bit darker. Yeah.
There's red.
It's not quite the gray that the PSX stuff is. It can't. But yeah. Right.
Because if it was, people would buy it, John.
People would buy it.
Cobalt blue, midnight black, cosmic red, which is pink, galactic purple, starlight blue, and then a different pink. So there's two pink ones. Just go get a can of spray paint, gang. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, the paint crew that did our walls and stuff, they have to come back to do a door for us, and I'm tempted to just hand them the PlayStation and be like, "Yeah, can you do this? Guys, can you paint it urbane bronze like our bedrooms painted? Can you just do that? A little sage, the kitchen cabinets that we did, sage.
They've got a paint gun.
They got a paint gun. They can do it.
It'll look great.
It won't cost $60 not to do that.
No. They'll do it for free, maybe.
They'll probably do it for free. They'll probably be like, whatever, man.
Yeah, put it on the wall. So what has happened here is that John Warren has disconnected entirely. His camera's gone. His microphone is gone. I can't hear him. I can't see him. And only God knows if he's still with us, connected on this planet, on this earth. But I do think he is. And Jordan, I'm going to put it in the thing right now. Oh, he's back. Hey.
Can you not hear me when my camera was off?
Nah, not at all.
Well, that's not good.
Nah. Now, does that mean it's not using the right microphone? Do you think, perhaps?
It says AirPods. No, I was using digital audio interface. That's what this is coming from.
But yeah, I could not hear you when the camera went.
Oh, wow.
Are there two of them called digital audio interface, and one of them is the...
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great. And you say it sounds roomy.
But do I sound better now?
Oh, you sound so much better now.
Oh, folks.
You sounded roomy. Now, okay, so here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
You sounded the way just before you clicked that button, the way you've always sounded. Now, how long, John, have you had that microphone plugged into this computer? Just today, right?
Just today.
Oh, okay. So that's huge.
So yeah. So now it sounds
you sound
okay?
like you did when you were living in Arkansas.
But when I was okay, good. So we've solved.
So now
all
you
our
sound
problems.
great. Yeah,
So
the room tone is gone.
So I think the which fuck if I know how that's gonna sound in the actual recording.
Jordan.
I apologize. Yeah,
Bad
go ahead.
news. Nightmare.
Oh my God, Jordo, I'm so sorry.
At the beginning of this episode, we were talking about how Jordan was going to be mad at John. Then we both got to the conclusion that we were like, no, he's not going to be mad.
Yeah, he'll definitely be mad. He'll definitely be mad about this. Yeah, so yeah, the microphone I was using was connected to the camera.
Oh,
so that's why when the camera went dead, my audio went dead. So there we go. Damn, wow, crazy. So yeah, PS5 covers, that's done and dusted. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking believe how bad that whole thing is. My camera may die again, but my mic should not die. Just so Nikki knows. You know what I'm really excited to play this weekend.
Dragon Age. I can do it. The Veilguard, I got it.
I've heard that one's interesting, but really I'm interested in Champions Tactics Grimoria Chornicles, the NFT game that Ubisoft launched this week that literally no one heard about.
The what game?
NFT game.
Now, where is it on my phone? Is it on Steam? Where do I get this bad boy?
It is Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles. And
that's a bad name for a video game.
It is a PC strategy game. You basically assemble team. This is according to Ash Parrish, friend of the show, Ash Parrish. Assemble teams of champions to fight their way up the rankings. Teams are composed of 3 champions, each with their own attributes and abilities that you can exploit enemies' teams' weaknesses. At the beginning of each round, players roll dice to determine combat order, blah, blah, blah. So here is, okay, and this is directly from Ash Parrish. So, quote, but there's all the NFT garbage. Champions are the game's NFTs associated with the Oasis blockchain. To acquire champions, you have to either forge them from existing champions you own or purchase them off the game's marketplace. To purchase champions, you can either use the OAS cryptocurrency or plain cash money, with the cheapest going for 7 and Nikki, the most expensive
$350.
Try again, bud.
$500.
Try again, bud.
$1,000.
I love you've guessed the greatest numbers. 63,000 American dollars.
We're cooked.
We're so fucking cooked. Dude, that is fucking crazy.
What? Can you imagine, John, working on this video game and you go into the back end, someone has set the store up, and you just typed in 9999 on all of the items because you were just like, I gotta fill this shit out.
Yeah,
and then you get an email, you get a Slack message that's like, all right, here's the updated pricing on the items in the store today.
Yep.
And then they say this one costs 63,000 American dollars.
Yeah.
Could buy 2 Camrys for that much money. New Camrys you could buy. That's to buy a little guy in a game that nobody's ever played.
To buy a guy in a game.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
It is fucking crazy.
What is it now? And the logic, right, is because it's an NFT situation, is that the value of it is going to appreciate. So someone eventually will spend $70,000 on the thing that you spent $63,000 on. People are fucking dumb, dude. Listen, if you've got $63,000, I can turn that into less money pretty quick. All you got to do is give it to me, and I can help you right quick.
Oh man. God. Like so oh man. Okay, so
I
will even, when I make the post on the website, I'm gonna actually I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually post some of these photos. These are directly from The Verge and Ash Parrish's article, which you could go read right now. But I'm gonna drop a couple of pics to you, Nikki, in Discord. Or
great.
Well, no,
I'm watching gameplay of it right now.
Can I post photos here? No, I can't. Okay. Here, I'm gonna post them in show planning. I know that's not where those go, but we're gonna do that.
Can I holy shit. Wow. Have you seen the video game?
No, not really.
Okay, well, here's where you can't play it. Algeria, Bangladesh, Belarus, Burundi, China, Cuba, France, Iran, Iraq, Libya, Morocco, Nepal, North Korea, Myanmar, Qatar, Russia, Sudan, South Sudan, Syria, Tunisia, Crimea, and Sevastopol, and then the non-government controlled areas of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and the Zaporizhzhia regions. So that's where you can't play it. That's good. And now the game, John.
Yeah, the game. What is the game like?
Jesus fucking Christ, this can't be real, dude. Also, like this YouTube video is so emblematic. Can you describe this JPEG? This is a screenshot of the entirety of the YouTube frame, and all of the gameplay is like this, John. Okay. All of the gameplay in this video is like this. It's 10 minutes long.
So all the player models and like little objects have very thick, wide like bases, as if they're like playing pieces on a board game. And my guess is these do not have a ton of like action connected to them. They are essentially mostly stationary. It looks like to me.
They move but it's like when a child goes to. No, it's actually worse than that. I just saw an attack. You know when you're playing chess with a kid, and then the kid is like, "Oh, I got your guy," and then they like whack him off the.
They whack him, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay, kind of like that. And it's basically just split down the middle between two sides that are fighting.
Yeah, and there's 3 guys. But in this video, the gameplay feed is like so small in the frame of the video window. It's so small.
Wow. This is a mistake that you made in Premiere.
This is the most recent video for it on YouTube.com. It has 1,000 views.
There is a thick black bar at the top and bottom that in some of these shots is cutting off some UI UX. In some shots, there is a full bar around the sides and the top and bottom because it's just not formatted correctly.
Yeah.
Which is a one-click solution, by the way.
You can just fix Premiere.
That. Yeah, you can just fix that.
The NFTs themselves are all the worst pixel art you've ever seen.
I really wanted to point that out. So I'm gonna like post these on the website listing. So friend of the site and former colleague Danielle Riondo has been learning how to make pixel art for 2 years. Okay. And every single day she's been basically doing a warm-up activity to, get better at certain kinds of pixel art, styles and all that stuff. I am dead serious when I say that within the first week of starting those, that was more high quality than these pixel art portraits that are going for sale. They are impossibly not good. Bad. They're really, really bad. I feel bad that I used Danielle to essentially make a point that like these professionals made some of the worst things I've ever seen, and that someone who is learning is way better. But it's like these are really bad pieces of art. They do not convey anything clear. You can kind of tell when one's a skeleton because they basically just have not filled in the pixels in the nose area. God. But that's about it. These are really bad. And they go for like $66.
American money. You could buy one of these, some plates for your PlayStation.
Unbelievable. This is bad. So yeah, but that's what I'm going to be playing. Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles.
Okay.
And I don't really have it, but I am going to take out a loan for $63,000. And
it's only $63,000. And if you explain to them,
I think they'll get it. They'll get it.
If you just say, I gotta buy, what's his name? Dale? Darfinge? Jim Blung?
Yeah, Dale Darvinge. Yeah.
Yeah. When you buy, the banker's gonna say, "Oh, I'll give you the $63,000.
I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money." We'll end the news segment on the not unexpected but shitty news that Firewalk Studios has been completely shut down by Sony. After making Concord for upwards of 6 to 8 years, a little bit unclear. The shutdown will affect 210 jobs. Herman Holst basically said, we have spent considerable time these past few months exploring all our options. After much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I want to thank all of Firewalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. The thing
John, they said that it was going to come back, though. Remember when they said...
The thing that really stinks about this is exactly that. When they decided to take it off the store, that was it. They actually should have, Herman should have at that moment said, we're going to give everyone at the studio, all 210 people, we're going to give you 4 months of severance right now.
Yeah.
Or we're going to keep things open, but you're basically allowed to just go look for other work. And then when we finally do this, we'll give you 4, 6 months, whatever, of severance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they should have done. I mean, instead of just being this weird, sword of Damocles, we're gonna have to explore. We already knew this is what you were gonna do.
What were they doing? If you worked at Firewalk between when the game came out and to yesterday,
what were you doing?
What were you doing on? Which, if the answer is nothing and they were collecting checks,
good.
That's great.
That's the best outcome.
That's the best outcome. Because then you did nothing, you still were getting paid, and now you get severance.
And now you get severance, right?
But also, yeah, I don't understand what the
what's I don't know if it was
noting. What's the warn notice rating, or how many days do you need for that?
Is
that how many days it's been? Is it 90 days?
I think it's 90 days.
Or 45 days or something?
It's 60 days.
How many days ago did Concord come out? Okay, January 1st, 1976.
That's my favorite game to play across the Atlantic Ocean.
There's nothing good anymore about being on the computer.
I know.
Now I have to specify PS5. If I wanted the fucking airplane, I would have spelled it right. Okay, August 20th. How many days ago was August 20th? 72 days.
72
The game was on for about a week, right? A week and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so we figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out. They knew right away.
Yeah, we figured it out. Great job, everybody.
They knew right away. Good job, everyone. It's crazy.
Yeah, the game was on for about 10 days between when they launched it and when they turned it off. Yeah. So that's what it is.
So they absolutely knew they were going to do this. And they just kind of let it rip. They just kind of let it fucking sit there and percolate, which is just fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Must have been a clutch 2 months though, probably, once they got over the sadness of nobody liking their video game.
I mean, yeah, I hope that I don't know. What can you even hope for? But it's just a shitty situation. We can't say anything else about that we haven't said already, which is just if Sony's job as the kind of the steward of all of these studios trying to figure out a way to, collect players and ostensibly make money, if that's their job, then it really is down to them.
Yeah.
To look at a team that is making a game that they know is going to be DOA and stopping it.
Yes.
And the fact that they didn't, they reportedly lost upward of $400 million to make this.
Could have been less.
It could have been so much less. I mean,
could have been less.
I did see someone make a really good point. Whereas if a movie came out and it lost $400 million, everyone would know about it. Everyone in the world would know about it. I know it's video games. I know it's like, but it's like Sony did a thing that lost $400 million, which is worse than basically any film flop ever. No film has ever quite lost that much money.
Yeah.
And I don't revel in any of that. I have no ill will or like I don't feel any sort of way about like Concord as a game, but it's like it is such a strange situation to.
They're saying
let
200 million as of yesterday.
200 million. Okay.
Which is
so it's
better
only
than
200 million. It's
only
better than
$200
$4.
million.
It's better than 4. 200 does not get them into the worst film flop of all time territory.
But it's still
close.
Bad.
Yeah, it's still really bad.
It's not good. Yeah, it's disqualifying not for the people who made the thing.
Correct.
Like, to your point, you should not have been allowed to. They shouldn't have put this game out. No, they should have stopped them. It should have been the biggest what if video game ever.
Right.
Like where they were like, last second we decided actually we're good.
Right.
We understand that there's a lot of stuff out about it, but like, it wasn't coming together. And that would be better than this. Or to walk away from, like, I don't know. They could have put this down and come back to it later.
We could have.
Like they did with Overwatch. Because Overwatch was something else, and then they came back. They put it down, they came back to it, and then they got Overwatch out of it. And like, totally. I think that like, whether or not the bones of a game are interesting here is like yet to be determined, I guess. And I don't think that they were.
No,
but like they could have done like a $30 or $40 third-person action game off of this, like with these assets and with this stuff. Like, I don't know. There are so many things, other things could have happened before what did end up happening, which is they spent $200 million on a game nobody bought.
It's so embarrassing, but like we said, it's not embarrassing for the people that made this. It is more embarrassing for Sony
because they did the thing that they were asked to do, right? Yeah. And then did not receive the guidance or instruction from the people who were asking them to do it any differently,
right?
So they I don't know. It fucking sucks. This story sucks. Like, it just sucks.
Bad.
Nobody wins here.
Nobody wins.
And I'm sorry for the now 200 people who are out of a job when there are no job anymore.
Or no job to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll get better. All right, we got Hive question.
Hive
questions. I don't know why I said that in the theme of girl dinner. Hive questions. We have a lot of them this week, huh? Wow. Let me start with this one. Lucky Hyena. What's the best non-The Sims Maxis game?
Spore. Next question.
So you think it was Spore? I can't believe you don't think it's The Herbs, Sims in the City.
That's a Sims game, though.
I guess that is.
It's got Sims right in it.
It's got Sims right in it. I guess that's true.
No, it's Spore. SimCity's okay.
You remember Dark Spore?
Yeah, I wanted that game so bad.
Crazy. I have a lot of affection for SimCity. I also have a lot of affection for Sim Ant because it's very funny to me.
Yeah.
I think Spore is probably the right answer, though.
You can't play that new SimCity that was bad anymore, right?
The new SimCity that was bad.
The SimCity that they released the game, the reviews came out, everyone was like, this game fucking owns. And then the game came out and it was broken and not playable. And I only remember it because it was the first review that Polygon updated their review score.
Was it 4? Was it Sims 4?
No, SimCity. Which is called SimCity.
No, I mean SimCity. Oh, was it SimCity 4?
Oh, maybe.
Oh no, you're right. 4. No, you're right. It was the one that released in 2013. You're right.
Yes, that's it.
You're right. Yep. That's it. Yes. I forgot about this. Honestly.
Yeah. It was.
They had a million network outages. Now I remember that.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It was huge. Like they really were trying to make this game like big and interesting. It just seems like a situation that was maybe too early. Like I would love a retrospective on what happened with this game. I haven't thought about this game in a minute. But yeah, like they should. I would love to read this. Read a story about what happened here.
Yeah, I had forgotten about a lot of this. Really strange.
Apparently, some website called giantbomb.com
gave it a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Give it a 3 out of 5.
Out of 5.
I'm going to do a new thing where I'm going to check off the ones that we've answered.
Wow.
In the fucking
helpful.
In the fucking thing. All right, I've done that. Okay. All right, could not be worse asks, what are your top 3 pizza toppings in no particular order?
Pizza toppings. Pineapple, pepperoni, honey.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as exciting. I'm like a pep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a spicy Italian sausage guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like an arrabbiata, like a spicy tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like a standard. I like a spicy. I like my pizzas to basically like make me pretty sick.
Okay. That's good.
I mean, it's like while I'm eating them, feels great. And then 8 hours later, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get sick.
Ooh.
There's a new pizza place near me and went there last week. Mm-hmm. And they have a spicy andouille pizza that I think you would really like.
Ooh, I would.
It was too spicy for me. I mean, I think it was great, but it was too spicy for me to like love.
Too spicy.
But then we went back and got the salami and hot honey one.
Yeah,
and that one was perfecto. Perfection.
Perfection. We've got another question from Charlie. Do you have any favorite Halloween costumes that you've put together? I don't have very many good ones. I've got some bad ones.
That time I was Spider-Man was pretty good, and then I kind of was like, well, I think I got it. Like, I don't think I need to do any more of these.
Yeah, the Spider-Man was good. Yeah, you were good.
Yeah.
That was a good Spider-Man costume.
Thanks.
That was good.
But I remember
so in middle school, I put on a really bad like Jamiroquai hat, and I put a knife through a cereal box. Fucking stupid. It was the worst thing I've ever done.
Now, I understand the Jamiroquai part because you were trying to be Jamiroquai. That part makes a lot of sense. But the knife through the cereal box.
Yeah, it was like a serial killer, you know? I thought it was really, really, really funny. Do you know how fast? Do you know how fast I figured out it wasn't funny at all?
Was it the second you put the knife through the box?
No. Unfortunately, it was about 5 seconds after I got out of the car to go to school. With all that stuff. Now, you know,
they let you walk into school. It was the past.
I was about to say, I went to middle school before 9/11 because I brought a fucking knife to school.
Yeah, a whole ass knife, and they said
a whole ass knife.
That's
now
it
was like a butter knife or something. It wasn't
but
still.
You could do some damage with a butter knife if you wanted.
I think the only like decent, somewhat recent costume is when I think it was like the first year Ann and I were dating, and she went as a mermaid and I went as like a ship captain that caught her.
Oh, that's fun.
It was kind of fun.
I think like I have never been. I don't like Halloween, so it's like not. I never am thinking about it consciously enough to be like, well, got to do a costume about it. Like if I was asked to try to think of one for this cycle and was like, I don't think I can, and I tried and I couldn't, and I said I'm good on this. Some people are just better at it than others.
Yeah, agreed. Some people are great. I'm not good at it at all. Jason with his eyes open asks, have y'all played Costume Quest? What did you think? This is an old
Double Fine game. I didn't know it existed.
Double Fine game.
I didn't know it existed until today when Jeff played it on the website. Yeah.
Okay.
It looked fun. It looked great.
Yeah. I liked it. It's cute. It's simple. It's cute. It's fun. It's not something that like I think is particularly super memorable. I don't think you're going to play it and go, wow, I'm going to think about this for years to come. But it's like a really cute game that is worth your time if you kind of like hit your limit on contemporary stuff. If you want something that's a little brisk, a little light, I think it's a good game to do to grab. And it's the reason for the season.
Also,
yeah, it's like if you're done with your Arkhams and your other like scary games and all that stuff, like Costume Quest is a pretty good entry in the kind of the Halloween spooky game. It's just not very spooky. Don't Focus asks, what's the weirdest thing you were ever given, trick or treating? That's a great question.
Sorry, one more time. I was reading the questions, which is the first time I've ever done that.
What's the weirdest thing you were ever given, trick or treating?
Oh.
I was definitely given a religious note on a pack of Skittles once.
Whoa. What did it say?
It was very like chick tracty, like, you know, doomer Christian kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Like you're already going to hell, you're 7.
Yeah, it was kind of like I want you to know you're doing something bad by kind of, you know, giving space to the devil on this day, but here's some Skittles anyway.
Yeah, here's some Skittles about it. Fool.
Yeah,
don't answer the door.
Really weird. I think my mom
like you're having it both ways.
I think my mom like looked through my bag when I got home and she found that. She just like fucking chucked it like immediately. She's like, yeah. I'll get you some Skittles if you want, but you're not eating those.
You don't need these Skittles.
You don't need these particular ones. Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking chocolate expensive this year. I don't know if you noticed. Do you have kids in your neighborhood?
We have a couple of kids. We have been told not to expect a lot of them. But we did go this afternoon to get some candy. Nikki, we bought like 4 bags of fun sized candy. And when the Walgreens like guy said $44, I was like, in Joe Biden's America? You want me to spend $44 on fucking chocolate? That's happening?
Bidenomics. That's Bidenomics. Yeah, apparently, someone on Blue Sky, I have not verified this at all, but someone on Blue Sky said that there was the crop of chocolate this year was not good that Hershey's uses. So they had to make it more expensive. But yeah, I was at the Target yesterday because I wanted to get a bag, and there's kids in this neighborhood, and it was fucking insane. Like it just was ridiculous. So I have one bag. I think it'll be okay. I'll just have if the kids show up, I'll be like, please don't take very many.
Yeah, honestly, I think 2 bags would be more than enough for us, but we got 4 instead.
Well, now you have
help myself. Now we have them.
And then I got 6 full-sized Kit Kats.
Hell yeah.
So 6 kids will get lucky.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Could be worse. Asks, Potentially rancid vibes question. It's okay. This isn't that bad. What's your best video game pick for post-election day mental recovery? I'm thinking Super Mario Odyssey. I think that's a great call.
Pick.
That's a really good pick. I think SNES era of like platformers like Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World. I definitely Mario Odyssey. Honestly, I know I just kind of replayed that again, but I wouldn't hate picking that back up. But maybe I'd do Odyssey instead. I mean, Galaxy instead. I don't know, but those are always kind of good comfort picks for me. I don't know about you, Nikki.
I think I would want a game where time would disappear pretty fast. So I think like a Balatro.
Like a Balatro
would be fun. Slay the Spire, perhaps. Sure. Luckily, there is a brand new RPG in the Western style and in the Japanese style that you can.
That's correct.
You can hop into if you haven't in Metaphor and Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
Maybe not Metaphor because Metaphor seems woke.
Metaphor seems like woke. Metaphor seems to be going like, hey, remember, there's an election happening like every 5 seconds.
So maybe not.
It's literally about an election. So,
okay. So perhaps maybe not Metaphor. So maybe play, I don't know, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a King.
Oh, that's a good
one. For the Nintendo Wii.
That's a good one.
On WiiWare. You can scoop that. You can plug in your Wii and connect that to the internet and just download that. It's like
go get it.
1,200 Microsoft points, and then I'll get you that game. Got to make sure you have a classic controller though, because I don't think it works with just the Wii remote.
That's correct.
So, damn, that game is good. Is that easy to play? Game. Probably easy. Dolphin probably runs it allegedly.
Yeah, you could probably get that pretty easily, I would say.
That was I've told you that was the only Final Fantasy game I had played for a very long time. Like before 7 Remake.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy game that I had spent the most time with was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a King.
My Life as a King.
I love that game.
It's a really good game. It's a good game. Sphinx asks, are there any games you played years ago that you cannot stop periodically thinking about? If so, which games? For Sphinx, it's the Twine game, My Father's Long, Long Legs, which I've not played. That's a good question.
I think about the part in Wolfenstein 2.
The New Order. Where Wolfenstein, The New Order, or whatever.
The New Order? I guess. It's the one where BJ gets beheaded in the thing. Sorry, spoilers for this Wolfenstein game.
Yeah.
Big spoilers if you haven't played it. BJ Blazkowicz gets beheaded, but they all know that that's going to happen. So he gets beheaded in front of all the Nazis, and everyone's like, fuck yeah, dude. But then they put a robot in a drain.
The new Colossus.
The new Colossus.
Yeah, that's right.
They put a robot drone in a drain to catch his head. And then they fly the head out, and then they put him on a super soldier Aryan body. And then he's fine.
And then he's fine.
It's sick as hell.
He's totally fine. It's totally sick.
I think about that a lot, actually.
I think about a lot of games, actually.
Wow. This guy. Wow. All right, John. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a really obscure one that I think about a lot. I don't know. Like okay. Like here's one. Here's one that's like, I don't even really like this game, but I think about it a lot. I think about the art style and the vibes of the Sega Genesis game Vector Man a lot.
Vector Man.
Like I think about just kind of how it looked.
Cool.
I think about just how that game
seems cool.
I think about how that game kind of looked and felt, and I didn't actually love the game very much, but like the way it felt and looked, I think about a lot, and I don't know, but I think about a lot of games like often. I think about the original BioShock a lot, actually. Like I fully agree with everyone's kind of contemporary and current opinions on wow, I'm totally blanking on his name all of a sudden.
Ken Levine.
Jesus. I'm getting older.
Adam's
I really am. You will be there. And I totally agree with that, but that first game, pretty good. I remember it fondly. Paul Giamatti, wow, you're listening to our show, Paul. Thank you. Paul Giamatti asks, "What's your least favorite button on a contemporary controller?"
It's clicking in on the left stick. I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which we should play, John. Is great, actually. Fucking silly.
Where are you playing it?
I'm playing it on the Xbox, but it's got cross-play.
It's got cross, but I'll get it on Xbox as well.
Yeah, it's in Game Pass. But the thing about it is that you can sprint in every direction, and there's movement based on whether you're walking and whether you're sprinting. So if you're walking left and right and then you crouch, you get down. If you're sprinting left and right or backwards, then you do a dive in those directions. Except it is so impossible when you're already sprinting to get it to click in again so you can tell the video game that you want to do the dive left or right. So then you end up just kind of like sitting down in place instead of doing the thing that you want. So it is, to me right now, left clicking on this stick or clicking it on the left stick.
It'd be really interesting if you had like controls on your feet or something that you could basically like,
so you're
toggle like, those things in a more natural way instead of having to click down
like with my
stick.
Foot.
Yeah, like it's just like you're like hitting a gas pedal. That's it. You're just like,
gas
it's like
pedal. Pedal.
It'd be weird if you had one of those. Anyway, I agree, left stick, especially when it comes to sprinting in like Apex Legends or something.
Yeah.
That never feels good. Most of the D-pad is now fucking persona non grata for me. Like if you're like, you're gonna have to use the D-pad to access your health or whatever, I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah. That's like a Elden Ring is left.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Elden Ring
for that. I don't like anything that's gonna have me under here's how I feel. The only thumb that should move off of where it lives is the right thumb to reach face buttons.
Okay.
The left thumb should be in the same place all of the time, I think.
Okay.
And then I guess the solution to this is that's what these back things are for. But that's not how when I hold the controller, I can't use the paddles because that's where my fingers go.
That's where your fingies go. Yeah.
Because my fingers are long.
Fingy long.
How does Victor play Call of Duty?
Victor who?
Wembanyama.
Oh, Wimby. How does Wimby play? That's a really good. I bet he has to get like
Do they make big controllers for
big
boys?
Make big controller? Do they make big
Does he ask for the Duke? Do you think Wemby's ever seen the Duke before?
Le Duke? That's not how he sounds at all.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
Duke?
Wow. Man,
that's what French
sounds
like.
Has Wemby ever seen the Duke?
Has Wemby ever seen the Duke? Chat. That's a really, really good question. Has Wemby ever seen the Duke?
Victor.
Do you have that time to think about whether or not Victor Wembanyama has ever seen the Duke? It is one of those extremely big controls with huge buttons all over its big face.
Now, do you think that anyone in the basketball chat is going to understand what I'm saying?
I think one person will. I won't say which one, but I think one person will understand it. But mostly no. Everyone will not know.
That's fair.
What was I gonna say? All right, we have more questions. Oh my gosh, let's see. Grace asking a really good question. Are there any games that you consider to be red flags? Like if someone plays them, that's a red flag. This was going around on TikTok as well.
League of Legends.
that's like almost everyone's answer on that trend is League of Legends.
Like League of Legends and Dota. Like
I was gonna say Dota. I was gonna throw Dota in there. If you're like a total if you're a total Counter-Strike sicko, that's also one.
That's one.
If you're like, I play nothing but DayZ or Arma, that's like
good ones.
Those are kind of red flags.
I don't know if I feel good about people who play Honkai Star Rail.
Ooh, good answer.
Yeah. Like I don't
now. Tune in honestly. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday to watch Merritt play Honkai Star Rail because she just started.
That's different.
That.
She's doing it for money.
She's doing it for money. That's true.
That's different.
I'm your Honkai Star Rail. Star Rail for money. Honky, what you want me to do?
What's the other game that they Genshin Impact?
Genshin Impact, yeah. If you're like a Genshin sicko, I'm worried about you a little bit.
Yeah, you should not care about anything Hoyoverse makes.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I think if you're also like if you're a My Team or Ultimate Team Madden player, like whoa,
for sure.
Like,
because that tells me about how much money, the way you treat money.
The way you treat money. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Because you can't. Yeah. Oh, if a person's playing FIFA Ultimate Team, you're disgusting to me. It's a great shout, John.
Thank you. Bone Chug. Actual. What's the best possible game for adopting the Mario Party series' cruel mercurial end of match mechanics? We talked about this a little bit last week, but that's a good question. I mean, like I think just if nothing for like the content it would create on the internet for a week, I would do something like Call of Duty matches or like Madden competitive matches. Like you get to the end of like a Madden game between like the angriest weird white guy you've ever seen in your life and like a kid. And the angriest white guy wins by like 40 touchdowns. But like at the end, Roger Goodell's like, hi, I've awarded 45 points to the child because he did the secret hurdle at the 25-yard line. And then like it's like, okay, like the kid's the winner. Like that,
you won the coin toss.
It would just be a great way to give like some really bad people like a heart condition. I think that'd be pretty fun.
That would be good. The numbers, like it just not counting kills sometimes in Call of Duty would be so fun.
Like that, yeah. That one just didn't count.
That one didn't count.
I don't know why, but like we looked at it and we're like, I don't think that counted.
That one doesn't count.
That one didn't.
So like you're kind of in the game and it feels like it's gone for a little bit longer, or it's like it's been 72-68 for a couple of minutes. And like it's active. You're playing the game.
You're definitely
know you're playing the game, but the number's not moving. And then it does end. Like very critically, it does still need to finish. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. I think that's it for all the questions. We had a couple of stragglers. We may get to them next week. Another quick news piece that we forgot just to mention before we head out. Playdate Season 2 is coming. That did get announced today, which is kind of cool. Some good games. There's a pinball game in there, which is fun. I like pinball.
Okay.
I've not played my Playdate in a year. Let's be honest.
1 year?
That. Yeah, I've not played it in like a year. Yeah.
Are you sure it's been a year, John?
When did
it's been 2 years. It's had to have been 2 years because the thing came out in we had jobs when it came out.
Okay, I haven't played it in like 21 months probably then.
Yeah. It came out in 2022.
Yeah.
So
it's a cool thing.
Great thing.
I just didn't.
It's a little.
I just didn't. It is a little.
I thought, and I get this very clearly. I'm reading this article from Andrew Webster at TheVerge.com. It is not. They're not going to release a second one. I thought the whole gambit was that these games were going to be on this one and then that they were going to release a second play date
think that was kind of the vibe. I think this might be a tacit admission that they're probably not going to do another one.
Because it seemed like a fucking nightmare to make this object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seemed like it was actually really, really hard for them to get this object made. So I understand why. Like, this is not like
making hardware is really hard. No. I think they decided that this would be cool, and they were right. And then they were like, "Ooh, it's really tough to do this."
Yeah.
You usually have to have like a lot more money to do something like this.
Mm-hmm. It's a great little thing. I will find mine. It's in the drawer of stuff that I have.
Yeah, that's a fun little thing to have just plugged in.
But yeah,
it's been a while. Let's get out of here. Do you have anything to plug, Nikki?
No. Go check out Bailey Myers's stuff on Twitter, and I think she's on Blue Sky, and she's on Twitch for sure. Bailey versus Predator, and she's on Patreon, patreon.com/Bailey versus Predator. She was hit in the game spot layoffs yesterday. Bailey's great. Fucking sucks to be alive in this business. So my heart goes out to her. And if you like, honestly, just go watch the newest Mario Party. She's great in there, and she streams on Twitch and stuff. So check her out if you haven't before.
Yeah, Bailey caught up in those awful fandom /GameSpot layoffs. It really sucks. Yeah. We've been thinking about them for a while, and like Bailey for sure is one that we're all sad about. So go check out her stuff online, please. All right, I'm not going to do this that often, but today we announced that I am publishing a video game. I'm not going to review it here. I'm not going to talk about it much here. But if you're interested in wishlisting a video game that is about going home to a post-nuclear disaster Texas, it's made by one Julie Muncie, who is a great writer, and she worked on the Silent Hill 2 remake as well as 1,000 Times Resist. And it's great. So if you go, it's called Interstate 35. You can go find it on Steam right now and wishlist it. It's just, you know what, folks? It's Fanbyte visual novel season. So Interstate 35, Fledgling Manor, go wishlist both, please. They'll both be out relatively soon. I know when Interstate 35 is coming out. It's coming out in 2 weeks, so you don't have a lot of time. It's a good one, but wishlist it, please. That may be the last time I talk about it. That's probably not true. I'll probably talk about it when it comes out. But yeah, it's very exciting.
John,
back to games publishing. Game. Yeah, I didn't do. I did very little. I did very little. I gave Julie an embarrassingly small amount of money, and I set up a Steam page and I sent an email. That's basically what I did.
Now, like a small amount of money, as in like $1 million, like a small loan.
No, but much less than that most expensive NFT in that game. Like much less than that.
Okay, so
like much less than that.
Okay, so Julie could have. So I'm just trying to figure out if Julie did the thing that was like the most economical, because maybe like 2 of the cheaper NFTs. I'm just trying to see like return on investment, right? Because if you buy, it's Ubisoft. You understand that, right, John?
I do, yeah.
It's Ubisoft. They make Assassin's Creed.
They make Assassin's Creed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And they made Far Cry. They've got money. They know how to make a video game.
Mm-hmm. They do.
So it's gotta go up.
It's gotta go up.
You know, I'm talking myself into it. You know what? I'm gonna buy it.
Nikki's buying the NFT, everyone.
And purchased.
That's what, whenever I buy something, it does sound like my computer's masturbating. That's always what it sounds like. Whenever I'm buying something, it's like.
All right, folks. Should make more noise.
I do too. I think that'd be fun.
I actually do think that. There's a post when you go to Blue Sky, because I don't know how to use that website on the computer. Most of the time I go to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There's a post on there that I can read it. If you go to blueskyweb.xyz, there's a post on there that says, in the 90s, computers would scream every time you went online. That's called foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from Soul Nate at mnateshyamalan.bluesky.com. And that's funny. And I agree with it.
It is funny.
Computers should make more noise.
I think computers should make more noise. I totally agree. All right, folks, let's get out of here. We will be back next week actually, no. You will
No, I won't be here. Do you want me to get
I'm gonna have to
see if Higiam or Charles are available?
Who's the second person you said?
Charles?
Charles?
Oh,
Charles Hart. Oh my gosh, that'd be fun. Macy. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll find a replacement. It might be Chaim, might be Charles, might be Merritt, might be someone. There are a lot of options that we have. So
you could have everybody on.
We could have everyone.
What if you did 99 potions next week?
Ooh, oh.
What if you did 99 potions next week? Dragon
Age. Oh, that's interesting.
What if you did 99 potions Dragon Age? Not to promise anything.
No.
What if you did 99 potions Dragon Age?
Now it seems like. Now you know what? Now it kind of seems like I have to do that. So we'll be back next week.
No, you don't gotta. There's so much time for you to do 99 potions
Dragon Age. I don't want to say retrospective because I don't think I could beat that game.
No.
I don't think I could beat that game before this comes out.
A little chat.
Yeah, maybe so. That sounds like a good time.
You gotta get the gang back together.
We'll get a gang back together.
No, we're not ending the. You have to send that message right now.
Oh, I have to send it.
You have to give them as much time as possible.
All right. So going
Imran,
into
Near,
fanboy. Okay,
Natalie,
hold on. So
you,
Nerium. That's Haya. Oop. Okay, and then there's Charles. Okay, I can't spell anyone's name.
No, spelling's hard.
Charles. And then Natalie. Okay. And I'll also do Andrea.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys. Short notice.
It's a week. It's not.
Short notice. But do y'all want to do a 99 potions for Dragon Age over on VGB's pod on Thursday? What day is that? The 7th?
The 7th, yeah.
The 7th. We are actively promising this on the current episode of VGB's. And Nikki told me I should probably send y'all this message now and not later. Thank you. I love you. There we go. All right. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's 6 people. I'm asking.
That's good.
I'll probably get a hit rate in there somewhere.
You'll get somebody.
We'll get somebody.
In the worst case scenario, Natalie will make time to make fun of you and then leave.
That's true. That's a really good point. All right, folks, we will get out of here. Nikki and I have another podcast to host right after this. Woo. So, woo! All right. Well, we will. I will see y'all next week, and Nikki will see y'all in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, keep on buzzing. Bye.
Bye.